Hey guys, so this is my review of a Klarstein Stand fan. So I actually bought this Dyson first thing I bought. It's about £320. The advantage with this, of course, is there's no blades, but with this one it is quite wobbly. But you do have a small footprint compared to the Klarstein fan here. The base is very heavy. The whole unit, in fact, is really heavy. Actually, it's not something you really want to go around and move around. So one of the negatives with this is the instructions are badly written. It's like they've copied and pasted the German text into Google Translate and just stuck it in there. I believe it's a German company. It took about a week to come from Amazon. Although I ordered it from Klarstein UK, it took about a week and it looked like it came from Germany, so just be aware of that. But you know, I've never really had anything that's made in Germany that's been rubbish, so it's always been pretty good. So it's fairly easy to assemble. There are pictures in the manual, so it's kind of self-explanatory really. You've got the base there. You stick that metal pole in. There's 4 screws underneath. You screw them in with your hands, and then you've got a Phillips locking nut around the back, which you probably can't see. You will need a large-ish Phillips screw and a smallish Phillips screw to lock the cage in. The cage will sort of stay secure without the Phillips screw though, so it's no big deal. And obviously you might want to clean the blades because I expect they'll get dusty over time. So what I like about this is that it is really quiet. You can't hear it compared to this, which you can hear. It does sound like a slight vacuum cleaner. I mean, that's essentially what the Dyson is. It's a vacuum cleaner on blow. With this one though, currently it's on mute mode, bedtime mode. So in normal mode you have speeds 1 to 26. With night mode it's on sort of 0.5, so this is what it's on now. If we look at the LCD screen, you've got the remote here, which is really good, nice. The only negative is it's difficult to actually get the battery in. So with a flathead screwdriver or something, you sort of push that way and then push this down to get the battery out. It's a small watch battery, but that's quite an annoying thing. But once you get that done, I mean, the battery will probably last ages in this. But you've got like a jog wheel here, which is quite nice. It is overly sensitive, so if you go to speed 1, you'll probably just hit accidentally and go to speed 2. You've got your oscillate button. It does make a loud beep noise, which is kind of cool. Lets you know you've pressed the button. So oscillate. And the thing with this is that you don't have to point it direct. Like with this Dyson, you have to point it direct there. With this, it's fairly, you know, point it away and it still registers. So let's try and get it to oscillate. It's not actually oscillating for me. There we go, it's oscillating. The LCD screen turns off after 30 seconds or so. You probably don't need to know that. So this 0, that means you're in a different mode. You can't actually adjust anything with the speed. This is currently in silent mode, so if we look there, it's in silent. So you press the mode button, and now I'm in normal, as we can see there, normal. And with normal, it's gone up a slight gear. With normal, you can actually change the speed. If you're on 1, you can actually go straight to 26. You can go to the faster straight away. Why they picked the number 26, I don't know. See, it's overly sensitive. So this is on full blast. Just sounds like you're in a wind tunnel, I suppose. Very powerful. So I've now got it to 0.1, which is more or less silent. Probably number 7 is probably about the same sound as that on number 1. The Dyson goes up to 10. On 10 it just sounds like a Dyson vacuum cleaner, a portable one. So it's kind of different you know, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. The air quality on this, Dyson says that it's sort of choppy and it punches you in the face sort of thing, but I've not really noticed a massive difference. So yeah, the advantage of this fan is that it is on the lowest sort of 1 to 3. It's more or less silent. You can hear a slight sound when it's inside, when it's at its lowest settings. It sounds like, you know, if you have a USB powered hard drive plugged in and it's writing, it's you know, you're saving a document or something. It kind of sounds like that. So there's a slight sound, but it's not enough to keep you awake. With this one, there's a constant sort of white noise background. So this one I can't sleep with. It's ugly. This one I can sleep with. It's sexy. Well, it's not really sexy. It's quite heavy actually. So there we go. The cons with this is the base is very big. It's 40 centimeters diameter. Well, this one's about 18 centimeters. So this one fits in a little corner like that. This one you kind of, it's a bit more, takes up more room, I suppose. It is taller than the Dyson. The remote, actually, I prefer the remote on this one. So the Dyson is copying this old iMac Apple remote, which you can see there. So the problem with the Dyson is that the buttons are all sort of, so you have to look at it and feel your way around, because they're trying to be copying Apple basically. You need a Phillips screwdriver to get the battery out. With this one, you need to, well, you might be able to do it with your hands, but you need a flathead screwdriver to get the flap off, but it's possibly slightly easier to get the battery out. It's obviously bigger. I mean, you can control the speed like that. It's quite cool, really. Like I said, it's easier to, so when you, it's quite overly sensitive, this cogwheel. Turn it off, you just press that, turns off. Turn it on. When you turn it on, it remembers your last setting. So with the mode button, I've only really used the normal mode and silent mode. You've got this, which is natural, so that sort of blows low, blows high, like you're sailing on a kayak somewhere, I suppose, I don't know. You got sleep mode. I'm not sure what the difference, I suppose sleep is slightly, I don't know, more powerful than mute. You've got comfort mode, which I don't know, and you've got silent mode, which I've been using. So this drops it to like half a point, 0.5 speed, and then you click the mode button again, and you're back into normal mode. You got your sleep timer here, which is really useful as well. So with the clock, so that flashes, you got half an hour up to 12 hours. So if I leave it on like 5 hours, so it's quite difficult to actually get what you want, but there we go. So you leave it, and then it flashes, and that's set. So that will turn off in 5 hours time. To cancel that, you just press that button and then go to 0, I suppose. Leave it, flashes, and then it's done that. So there we go. So overall, I would give this fan 4.5 out of 5. The manual is badly written, hard to follow, and yeah, overall it's been pretty good, and it does everything that this Dyson fan does, and I would recommend it.